Pay close attention, because what I'm about to say isn't easy to hear. Life will never hand you comfort. It's not designed to be gentle or forgiving. If you're chasing ease, chasing simple pleasures, or hoping everything will fall into place without effort, then you've already lost the battle. Achievements aren't handed out, and no man ever earned admiration, dignity, or legacy by sitting idle. Life doesn't reward the passive. It honors the bold. That's the harsh truth. The world is split into two groups: those who make their mark, who build empires, fight battles, lead and rise to greatness, and those who disappear without a trace. They come and go unnoticed, forgotten the moment they're gone. Which one will you be? Understand this. Suffering is part of every man's journey. Pain is unavoidable. What matters is what that suffering molds you into. Will it crush you or forge you into steel? You have a choice. Embrace struggle, endure hardship, and transform yourself into someone who commands respect, or dodge effort, avoid pain, and end up broken, invisible, and filled with regret. Right now is your turning point. Take a hard look at the life you're living. Does it reflect the man you aspire to be? Can you face yourself in the mirror and declare that you're living with purpose and pride? If not, then deep down you already know it's time to rise. It's time to fight. It's time to evolve into someone who matters. You need to bury the idea that joy is the destination. Joy is not the mission. It's a byproduct. Do you think the greatest minds, the fiercest warriors, the most driven builders of wealth and influence were concerned with whether they were happy every day? No. They were consumed by something far more important: vision, commitment, and grit. That's what gave them fuel to keep going when most would quit. That's what gave them fulfillment. Real satisfaction comes from becoming someone people remember, someone people respect. It's knowing that when you walk into a room, your presence is undeniable. It's when your children admire your strength, when your partner knows she stands beside a man unlike any other. That's what fulfillment looks like, not comfort, not fleeting pleasure. Right now, many of you are falling short, not because you lack talent, but because you've embraced mediocrity. You waste precious time. You justify your laziness. You avoid the sting of discomfort, and that's exactly why you feel stuck. Hear this clearly. You were not meant to be ordinary. You were never born to blend in. The only path to stand above the countless others who drift through life without purpose is to commit, fully, daily, relentlessly. There can be no more excuses, no more waiting for the right time. Each morning must start with fire in your soul and intent in your heart, because if you don't seize the day, someone else will. Someone hungrier, more focused, more willing to endure, and they will take what was meant for you: the influence, the wealth, the recognition, the relationships, all of it. This world is a battleground, and you're either conquering or being conquered. There is no in-between. Don't be fooled into thinking success is some magical force that chooses people at random. That's a lie you've been fed. No one is going to deliver success to your doorstep. You can't wait and hope your dream life just arrives. You have to fight for it, take it, earn it. Maybe you were raised thinking things would always work out, that someone would take care of you, but the real world doesn't work that way. You don't get anything unless you demand it, chase it, bleed for it. That hunger, that unbreakable drive, that's what separates those who rise from those who vanish. Throughout history, the most powerful men came from struggle. They began with nothing. They faced adversity head-on and pushed through it. Their legacy wasn't gifted, it was built. You, on the other hand, have access to more opportunities, knowledge, and connections than any generation before you. And still, many of you sit in silence, wasting time, blaming the world. But you're not a victim. You're undisciplined. You're soft. You've let fear dictate your steps, and the only cure for that is strength. Mental, physical, spiritual. Courage is like a muscle, and if you don't flex it, it atrophies. Ask yourself, when was the last time you took a leap, faced a fear, pursued something that scared you? If you don't know, you're already falling behind. You must ignite a blaze within. A hunger so fierce that quitting isn't even an option. Surround yourself with driven individuals. Build a life that forces you to grow. Because if you're not expanding, you're decaying. This is a challenge. This is a declaration. Choose now. Will you fade into history, another nameless soul who left no impact, or will you fight for a life that means something? Because if you leave nothing behind, it's as if you never existed. And I refuse to believe you were born to be invisible. You owe it to those who came before you, to your bloodline, to your very breath, to live with intensity, to prove you're worthy of this gift. There is no safe middle ground. You either rise or fall. You either dominate or surrender. And remember this, no one's coming. No savior, no lifeline, no easy path. If you want to live a life of greatness, You have to go out and take it. If that truth shakes you, then you're not ready. But if it fires you up, then welcome to the beginning of the life you were always meant to lead. You may not like what you're about to hear, but I'm not here to stroke egos or offer comfort. My purpose is not to make you feel good, it's to push you to grow. The formula for success isn't complicated. It's straightforward, but it's far from easy. If you crave respect, you must earn it. If you seek influence, you have to seize it. If you want to succeed, you must labor for it. And if your goal is to become a man of significance, then you must forge yourself into one. Unfortunately, most people won't do it. Why? Because they're addicted to ease. Comfort is your greatest threat. It keeps you soft. Every hour you spend wrapped in comfort is an hour someone else is gaining an edge over you. While you rest, they train. While you procrastinate, they prepare. And one day, that man who made no excuses will take everything you ever hoped to claim. There are two kinds of men in this world, the predators and the prey. Which one are you? This life is not a peaceful stroll, it's war. Every single day is a battle, and you're either charging ahead, claiming what you deserve, or you're being swallowed up by those who will. There is no middle path. If you believe you can coast, simply survive, and still win, you are mistaken. Life doesn't reward survival, it rewards dominance. If you're not improving, you're decaying. If you're not climbing, you're sliding backward. That's reality. So ask yourself, what actions are you taking daily to gain ground, to rise above, to build something worth remembering? Or are you still sitting idle, hoping that luck will change your life? Let me paint a scenario for you. Imagine being locked in a room and told you have 5 years to earn $1 million, or you die. You'd move with urgency, wouldn't you? You'd sacrifice sleep, ignore distractions, take chances, and never slow down, because your life would literally depend on it. But today, you stroll through life like there's an infinite amount of tomorrows. That false sense of security is why you're stuck. Me is not on your side. It is slipping through your fingers as you waste it. So what's your plan? Are you going to keep drifting? Are you going to watch your dreams fade away while others grind their way into greatness? Or will you finally decide to rise? Will you become the kind of man that people can't overlook, the kind who leaves a legacy that echoes beyond his lifetime? Here's the truth. Power is seized, never gifted. And respect? That's something you carve out with your own sweat, tears, and perseverance. Each sunrise hands you a decision. Stay buried under the covers and waste another chance, or rise and take control of your destiny. And if you don't make that decision consciously, life will make it for you, and you won't like where it leads. Weakness spreads like a sickness, and too many of you are infected. You've been programmed to play it safe, to follow, to obey, and that's precisely why you're stuck. Do you think the icons of history waited for approval before chasing their ambitions? Do you think they stood still, hoping opportunity would knock? No, they chased it. They fought for it. They won it. If you're waiting for some miraculous turning point to rescue you, let this be the wake-up call. It's not coming. Success won't fall into your lap. No one is going to create your dream life for you. This world is brutal. It only rewards action, results, and perseverance. Either you create something remarkable, or you dissolve into irrelevance. That's your choice. So, will you continue hiding behind excuses, or will you rise up, work with unwavering discipline, and earn your place in history? Look around. Everything that defines modern civilization, the cities, the breakthroughs, the empires, was made by men who refused to go unnoticed. They weren't content to be mere spectators. They got in the game, took risks, and built legacies. And then there's the rest. The silent ones who drifted through life, never daring, never challenging themselves, never stepping into the arena. So where do you fall? Because history has no sympathy for the average. Mediocrity is forgotten. No one remembers the guy who almost did it. No one is inspired by a man who never committed. The world applauds those who act decisively, who dream big and pursue those dreams without flinching. This is where most people fall short. They pause, they second guess, they let fear chain them down. What if I mess up? What if they laugh? What if I lose? Shut that noise down immediately. Failure isn't something to run from. It's a vital ingredient. Failure is the chisel that carves your strength. It is the pressure that forges you into someone formidable, but most of you treat it like poison. You shy away from risk. You shelter yourself in routine. And slowly, that shelter becomes your prison. Comfort slowly kills your spirit. It suffocates your ambition. It turns you into a man who never even tried. You need to shift your self-image. Stop identifying with who you are right now and start aligning with who you're meant to become. Because the version of yourself reading this isn't complete. You are a work in progress, still rough around the edges. But with the right resolve, you can become unstoppable. But it takes daily effort. Every choice matters. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, every time you skip the hard thing, every time you fold under pressure, you are choosing mediocrity. You are choosing failure. You are choosing to disappear. Consider the men you look up to. The ones who stand tall, who are admired, who are respected. Do you really think they just stumbled into greatness? No. They endured. They toiled. They sacrificed comforts you cling to. But here you are, still stalling, waiting for perfect timing, for the stars to align. That moment doesn't exist. It never will. There will never be a flawless opening. You either act now or you settle forever. So what's it going to be? Will you continue living beneath your potential? Or will you rise, push past your fear, outwork everyone around you, and carve your name into history? Because the world only remembers the strong, most people wander through life without ever realizing the immense potential lying dormant within them. They fail to grasp that each sunrise brings a fresh chance to move forward, to grow, to evolve. Every decision made, every action or inaction is either accelerating your progress or dragging you further from the life you desire. There's no such thing as staying in the same place. You're either climbing or you're falling. Picture yourself 5 years into the future. If nothing changes, if you keep repeating the same habits, routines, and excuses, where do you end up? Will you be wealthier, wiser, more respected, or will you remain stagnant, or worse, regress even further while time keeps marching on? The truth is, the clock never stops. Every second you hesitate, every opportunity you postpone, is time slipping away that you'll never recover. Let me tell you something that many are too afraid to admit. You're not cursed, and you're not a helpless victim of fate. You are precisely where your past decisions have led you. Your outcomes are the result of your behavior, your attitude, and your commitment, or lack of it. If you want a better life, you must earn it. If you dream of reaching the top, be ready to fight for it. If you seek honor and admiration, then show the world you're worthy of it. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. It honors those who take action, those who charge forward with conviction, those who say no to mediocrity and yes to the grind. But let's be honest, it won't be smooth. It'll be tough, exhausting, and at times unbearable. You'll face setbacks. You'll feel like quitting. And that's exactly when most men fold. They retreat. They pick the path of least resistance because it's easier, it's more comfortable, and it doesn't demand much of them. But the men who leave a legacy, the ones remembered long after they're gone, they don't quit when it's hard. They embrace the struggle. They transform pain into power. They stumble, but they rise again, more determined each time. That's what separates those who make an impact from those who fade into nothingness. So who will you be? The man who shapes the future and commands attention, or the man who gets lost in the crowd, unnoticed and unremarkable? Because the harsh truth is, no one will remember the person who played it safe. No one honors the man who got close, but gave up. History doesn't care about those who lived comfortably and avoided risk. You're either making waves in this world, or you're disappearing into silence. And the only way to become a force is to start right now. Decide to go all in. Decide that you're no longer going to live in the shadows of your own hesitation. If you wait too long, the chance will pass you by. One day, you'll open your eyes and realize you've wasted your time, that you let fear make your choices, that you lived a life beneath your potential. And there is no pain greater than the realization that you could have been more, but chose not to be. So stop lingering. Stop analyzing every move. Stop convincing yourself that you need more time. Take action. The future belongs to those who are willing to move while others stall, to those who dare to be seen and refuse to be ordinary. Time isn't waiting for you. Right now, in this moment, your life is slipping away second by second. The question is, what are you doing with it? Most men squander their days. They sit, they scroll, they wait for some magical burst of inspiration to drive them into greatness. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect energy, but the world won't slow down for your hesitation. Life will keep happening, with or without you. You only get two options. Allow life to happen to you, or take control and bend it to your will. And when it's all said and done, no one will care about your excuses. No one will pity you. No one writes stories about the man who almost did it. Only the bold are remembered. The warriors, the rulers, the trailblazers who refused to blend in. Take a good, honest look at your life. If today was your last day on earth, would your name mean anything? Would your presence have left a mark? Or would the world move on like you were never even here? Because the real tragedy isn't dying. It's dying without making an impact. But here's the good news. It's not too late. You have the tools, the capability, and the choice to shape your legacy starting now. You can be the kind of man who is remembered not just for what he built, but for the fire he carried inside, the determination, the grit, the refusal to settle. But that transformation demands a complete shift. You must cast aside excuses, stop fearing mistakes, and start welcoming failure as a necessary part of growth. The most legendary men in history didn't reach the top because they played it safe. They dared to take hits. They embraced the trials. They were tempered by struggle. So now the ball is in your court. Will you continue to watch others live the life you say you want? Will you stay stuck in the same cycle while time keeps ticking? Or will you rise, take the reins, and start living with purpose? Because this is it. You get one life, one chance to do something extraordinary, and every single choice from this moment forward decides whether you will thrive or fade into the background. No more stalling. No more waiting for the stars to align. No more hiding behind fear. It's time to step into your greatness, to leave behind the shadows and carve your name into history. But if you turn away, if you let doubt win, then remember, the world won't pause for you. One day, you'll be old and full of regret, knowing that the only thing standing between you and greatness was your own hesitation. Be daring, be determined, be undeniable. The world remembers those who refuse to be forgotten. Make your choice, and make it matter.